Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about my discharge experiment. So I was looking at what would happen within a stream of water when the discharge is changed. So the goal was to see what would happen to some of the other variables when the stream is subjected to a different discharge. When increasing the discharge like I did, I expected that the velocity of the stream would increase because the stream would have to compensate for the extra discharge. To set up the experiment, I made a stream myself at home out of a plastic bottle and some foil. You can see that in the picture there in my bathtub. The water pours into the bottle, and then it runs from the bottle and into the foil channel. To take the measurements that I needed, I used a ping pong ball, and I took an 11-inch section of my channel, and I used that same 11-inch section under both flow conditions, so the original one and the one with increased discharge used the same section. And I recorded 3 runs under each flow condition. So I would drop the ping pong ball, and then I would measure how long it would take to clear that 11-inch section in order to get an average velocity. So here are all the results of my experiment. The increase in discharge that I gave the stream resulted in an increase in velocity, and it also increased the cross-sectional area of the stream. This was due to an increase in depth because the width remained constant. Under both flow conditions, the stream covered the entirety of the width in the foil. But the depth actually increased by about a 1/4 inch, went from 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. And you can see the discharge went from 3.36 cubic inches per second to 6.86 cubic inches per second. And in that chart to the bottom left there, you can see all my measurements and calculations. To the right there, the chart to the right, you can see my recorded times for each of the 3 runs under each flow condition. The results were as expected. When I increased the discharge in the stream, I expected the velocity to increase, and I knew that there was a possibility of an increase in the cross-sectional area also. And in this experiment, we saw an increase in both the velocity and the cross-sectional area due to that increase in depth. So, for future work, there are a few different ways that this experiment could have been improved upon or changed to make better in some way. One of the ways that I could do this would be to manipulate another variable. So maybe instead of changing the discharge, I could change the width and then see how the other variables would respond. Or maybe change the discharge and the width to get a better idea of the relationship between all those variables in the stream. And another thing that I could maybe do is visit a real stream, because then I could better see, how it works in a natural environment rather than a design made at home. And that would also eliminate the possibility of a weak experiment design. So there it is. That is my discharge experiment.